Hello everyone, my name is Anna Marie Nieves and you're watching Taz News. This week I'm going to be talking about the types of harassment that take place on Tumblr and Instagram, and other types of useless technology. It is common to note that harassment takes place a lot on Tumblr because of the fact that it's a blog and everybody likes to express their opinions. It is common to note that harassment takes place a lot on Tumblr because of the fact that so many people have blogs on there and they like to express their opinions. But one thing to note is why exactly that harassment takes place on social media, especially on Tumblr itself. For one, since people are so upset about racism, sexism, etc., they tend to focus all their energy and anger and hatred towards one person instead of thinking about it as a whole. As a result, those people get bullied and harassed when they really have nothing to do with it. Then there are other people who think that they can bring justice by bashing people over Tumblr. For some people, it seems almost right to destroy people who did wrong. But fighting with others over Tumblr is not the way to go about it. It doesn't solve the problem. It only makes people more mad at each other. And the last reason I think people bully on Tumblr is the reason that it's a guilt-free way of cyberbullying. And what I mean by that is that if you were to ask people on Tumblr, I'm sure you'd find out that most people know or acknowledge that cyberbullying is bad, but yet they turn around and do the same thing on their own blogs. They try to disguise it as social justice, but in reality there is a fine line between bullying someone and taking a stance for something. But what about Instagram? Personally, I don't think a lot of harassment takes place on Instagram because it's mainly contained of pictures. I'm sure there are a lot that goes on in the comments. I've seen plenty of demeaning things in comments before. Like, for example, this comment that was made. It was a person who was demeaning a Christian for speaking out their faith. And so often Christians get backlashed for simply stating their opinion. The majority of harassment on Instagram takes place in the comments, what little there is anyway. Comparing the amount of harassment that takes place on Instagram versus the harassment that takes place on Tumblr, I have to say that Tumblr wins. Now I'm going to talk about this week's top 5 useless technology. First, we have the Colibri toothbrush. It's an electronic toothbrush that uses Bluetooth to sense how long, how hard, and how well the user brushes their teeth. Then you can post that information on social media. Why you would want to do that? I don't know. Secondly, we have the iToy video chat booth. Its only purpose is to make it appear as though you're making eye contact with the person on Skype by using a series of mirrors. Next, we have the USB mouse scale. What you would use a mouse scale for is beyond me, but to each his own. Then we have the True Grip. There are many things wrong with this object. This was supposedly invented to use on your iPad for faster and easier typing. Of course, the only problem is the keyboard is turned horizontally, and the keyboard is on the back. So, not only do you have to relearn how to type on this thing, you have to do it without even looking. And finally, we have the CTA Digital iPotty. As if our generation wasn't already too glued to technology already. They found a way to attach it to a kid's toilet. I feel like they went way too far on this one. Not only is this encouraging kids to take their iPad with them to the bathroom and to use it at all times, but they have a little stand for you to be able to hold it. They can't take a break for 5 minutes to go use the bathroom. Well, that's all for this week. Next week I'll be posting a video about YouTube versus Vine. And until then, I'll see you next time.